Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised, and, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Glamorized and embraced by Hollywood, feared in the underworld, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel was one of the most powerful men in America. He was also one of the most hated. The man who gave birth to Las Vegas was gunned down in the luxurious home of his glamorous lover. Almost 80 years later, his murder remains unsolved. Who killed Bugsy?
Huh.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
The writer and creator of numerous comic books and graphic novels, including Nightmare World, Tales of Mystery, Brave but Not Dead, all kinds of stuff. And I am super excited for you because you are getting to watch right now, right this moment, out of all the things we're really going to be doing, you're getting to enjoy and revel in the Madness Comic Network. And that is awesome. Thank you for being here.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Wayne Clingman, Mr. Big, with our second show of Crime and Conspiracies. Let me go and pop this back up there. Okay. First of all, let me talk about the book I just put up, The Secret Agenda by Jim Milligan. It's a book that really talks a good job about Watergate. Does it ever go into detail? And right now, if you Google the book and the name, you go to his Wikipedia page, and you can download the book for free. So you have no excuse not to go to Wikipedia, Secret Agenda, Jim Mulligan, and download the book for free. His other book, Spooks, is also there. And I got to tell you, between the two, will blow your mind and all the crazy shit. American history. It's absolutely great. He does a great job of documenting what the research that he's done, so you can check his facts if you want to do that. It's also a good way to get more information about a subject. I would highly recommend everybody, please. You go to Secret Agenda, Jim Mulligan, go to the page, download the book. Hit that book, Secret Agenda, and also Spooks, Haunting America for free. So originally this was going to be a part 2 of a 3-part thing in Watergate. Most likely it's going to be part 2 of a 4-part thing in Watergate, because Watergate is huge, absolutely huge. And we have to make sure we understand who the players are. We know who most of the players are. We know Richard Nixon, we know Ehrlichman, we know John Dean, we know H.H. Hunt, and the others, right? Chico and Liddy. We may not all know all the roles, but we know basically who they are, especially the president. One thing we don't know about is one of the 2 Watergate reporters, Bob Woodward. Interesting guy. He was he's a Watergate reporter. And yes, he helped break the story of Watergate. But we don't know is this. Woodward was connected to naval intelligence. Why, yes, he worked for naval intelligence when he was in the Navy. His job at times was to help brief the President of the United States, back when he was in the Navy, the briefing of the day, right? So he had a top secret clearance at the time he was in the Navy. He may have had it after his Navy. He was active duty service career. So we knew the players were naval intelligence for a fact, right? What I'm going to suggest, as well as Mr. Hooligan suggests, is perhaps he had connections into the CIA as well. And the thing that we understand is that we know a guy whose name escapes me right now, I have to write it down for next time, was an FBI agent who, lots of FBI people involved too. The FBI agent was the deep throat given Woodward and Bernstein secret information. Oh, was he? See, the guy comes out and says he was the source, then he died. We all die. And he came out when he did because he knew he was going to die. So the worst case scenario, you got legal trouble. If you got legal trouble, that thanks. If you got legal trouble, you never go to jail because he's gonna be dead. So was he the face that they put out there for Watergate? Good question. We'll never know. He's dead. Mr. Hooligan suggests that a guy by the name of Arnold Ingman, who was the head of NSA at one time, also I think is part of the upper branch of the CIA, also could have been involved in the Watergate situation. He was feeding information to the Washington Post reporters because it was the job of the deep state to bring Nixon down. We'll get into that. But let's go with what we know about the Watergate. What we know is that 5 people was arrested on 9 June for breaking Watergate. They also found them in burglar tools. Okay, great. And of course, was they investigated these individuals, they found a connection to I gotta get that changed. They have to find connections to the committee to re-elect the president, right? Which of course was getting reelected for President Nixon, right? Gets the Nixon White House. At that time, Nixon's freaking out because he doesn't know what's going on because he did not send the Watergate burglars to the Watergate Hotel. He did not do that. He did institute the plumbers because at the time he was very upset with the amount of leaks coming from the White House. Nothing like Trump would face, not like both Bushes would face, but he was pretty upset with the amount of leaks he was facing at that time. And things get worse, as we'll see in history. Yeah. So he wanted the leaks investigated and stopped. He wanted his enemies that he created. I don't know why that happened. Even though he investigated his enemies, none of them were arrested. None of them were put in jail. I don't even think people got in trouble with the income tax, with the IRS, right? Things changed in, God, what has it been, 50 years? Yeah, interesting that, how things changed. So, right, the Watergate burglars get caught. Every member of the Watergate team was involved with the CIA, if not the FBI. Some of them were involved in both. All of them had extensive training in spycraft, meaning how you break into a building, how you tap a telephone, things like that spies would need, right? They have this training. They know how to cover tracks. They know how to not be caught, right? Interesting that Jim McCord, the FBI agent, who taped the door open. Now, he has gotten training, and not only how to find out something probably broken into, but find out how to cover your tracks. So why would someone who's trained not to be caught do something to get them caught? That's why it's fascinating to me. Is why would somebody who's been trained how not only to find out a crime's been committed or not, but cover your tracks because he's been doing this for a while? Why would he do that? What would happen? And they knew it would be caught. They knew the tape would be found, how long to stay in that building. Well, that would happen. Most importantly, the more you look at these people, I'm sorry, my phone's not working well. I had things on notes, but I can't read my notes. My phone's screwed up. Locksmith that they used to break in the Watergate buildings had a lock set, but he forgot to bring the right one. He forgot to bring the tools with him. What's that? He knew the tools he would need to bring. He knew them. He knew he had to bring how to use them. But it's them. That's right. I mean, I know why my computer's doing this stuff. I don't know if I'm having a problem with the internet. So if it goes away, it goes away. I apologize. Oh yeah, my net signal's going down. I just got a little signal that say that's going on. I apologize. Let's get back there. All right. So the expert locksmith has no clue what's going on. He's acting stupid. He's acting stupid to get caught. They went back, had to go twice. They had to go back twice. It's the first time but they forgot to do something. The bugs weren't working well. So they had to go. I don't know if anybody can. If you can see me for this, let me know. So I don't know if people can see me or not. I apologize. There's nothing I can do about my Wi-Fi connection. I apologize in advance. Anyway, I'm going to assume that people can see me. I apologize if you can't. I'll finish.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Keep right on rolling. You're doing fine.
All right. Thank you, sir. So, okay, people can see me. Great. So we know that people who've been well trained to do something, in this case, break in, are purposely not doing it. Because to me, if I know how to break in a door, I'm going to bring the right tools with me. I'm not going to bring the wrong tools. So I did not bring the right tools the second time to go and get them again. I mean, this puzzles me a lot. Why would McCord tape the door open, knowing the security guard would come by and see the tape there? He'd call the police. Something that the Secretary General Brooks brings up quickly. And well, it's conveniently that night they were caught. One of the higher ups of the police department, Washington D.C. police, when something had to be done and to be investigated, the right guy was there to make sure that happened. And fascinating stuff. Now, Nixon did do a lot of things wrong, right? Because when Nixon found out the Watergate burglary happened, people were caught. He panicked. He started doing it, but he didn't go his way to obstruct justice. He did try to talk to the CIA to get them to convince the FBI not to investigate. That did not do well. Because people at that time, why did Nixon go on? Why? I don't know. I mean, was it because he got outside of Vietnam? That's a good question. Was it because he betrayed Taiwan to do business with China? Don't know. But obviously the part of it being that why did Nixon go on? Now, the next book to look up to, I'll get that title up the next time, is the book I discussed before called White House Call Girl, where Dean, a member of Nixon's staff, was so worried that his wife would be caught into the scandal, the Watergate scandal, the scandal of being a hooker, part of the hookers being run out of the Watergate, that he sent the Watergate team over there to find that out. That's why they went there, in my opinion. They didn't go to the Democratic headquarters to get top secret election stuff, because they're not going to come around to the park in the re-election campaign. In my opinion, my strong opinion, is that Dean sent them there in order to find out what the Democrats may have known. No, she was not Dean's wife. Dean married an ex-hooker. There's lots of ex-hookers running around the Watergate conflicts. The fact that it's been alleged that the Democrats themselves are running, or members of the Democratic campaigns were running hookers out of the Watergate. The Watergate was used for years to run hookers. I don't think the Happy Hooker was part of that crew. I think she did run her operation out of the Watergate Hotel. That'd be something to look into and find that out. That's just the thing. Thanks for the question. Again, the section, when you look at the book Spooks, there's a huge chapter in Spooks about events leading up to Watergate. The amount of people involved in the Democratic Party from the state of Pennsylvania were involved in really scummy corruption, which we alleged very well, is that they're being people. An inspector found out that there's cheatiness going on. He contributed money to the Democratic Party. He found out that was not being used for it. He went to the FBI to complain, and the FBI didn't do much about it. Well, maybe they did, because maybe they went to Dean and said, hey, just so you know, this is what's going on. You might want to know. And again, he panics. He sends them over. Again, we won't know. I mean, Dean sued to stop the book Watergate Call Girl from being published. Chigo and Liddy helped defend the book White House Call Girl, so it could be published. It's just, I mean, if anybody was a fool, this whole campaign of Chigo and Liddy was fed a bunch of BS, which he believed, right? There'll be a lot of people involved that are fed a lot by BS. I mean, you had the Cubans out of accord, the rest of them were part of the Cuban-American teams that also fought in the Bay of Pigs, that long CIA backgrounds, and they were fed a bunch of shit. But they were told, interesting thing too about the Watergate crew, some of them went for jail for a little bit of time, less than a year, but all of them did well afterwards. Hunt wrote books. Yeah, they wrote 4 or 5 books after he got out of prison. And they may not have been bestsellers, but they gave him a nice income. You know, nobody went to jail for a long period of time. It's like they knew that if they cooperated and they take the fall, then they would be taken care of. Yeah. The worst case scenario was Liddy. Liddy had a hard time after Watergate, quite the hard time, until his book Will was turned to a movie. Then his life got better. He even had a talk show. He even had a talk show that did rather well for a while. So nobody involved in Watergate, the Burger crew, was really truly punished as much as they could have been. Members of Nixon's White House team went to jail. Most of them, the lawyers, were disbarred. Some of them got their lives back to a degree, but none of them got their lives back to the degree that they had before Watergate. Right? They took a fall. And again, in my opinion, they took a fall Another way to put it, Dixon to be part of the government anymore. They were scared of what else he might be doing, so they got rid of him, right? We see this time and time again. It can also be considered that they got rid of Kennedy. Perhaps with Kennedy, they used a rifle. Don't know. But then, like what Kennedy was doing, I mean, look how much money was spent in Vietnam, and Kennedy was seriously thinking about withdrawing some troops. When you withdraw troops from combat, you don't spend as much money on defense. So a lot of defense industries that make a lot of money in defense. Look at Ukraine. Look at the amount of billions of dollars that we're sending. The interesting thing is we're not sending some degree of money. But one money that we're spending is replace the military equipment for the United States inventory. The tanks that we send come from the National Guard units, come from Army Reserve units, come from Army divisions, right? We mean send over to Ukraine. Those tanks have to be replaced. So Jim's making money, they're making tanks. The aircraft parts we're sending over they have to be replaced. Aircraft manufacturing is going like haywire. Some of these defense plants are not running 3 shifts 7 days a week. This is all money. The people making a lot of money from the war in Ukraine. People are making a lot of money from the war in Vietnam. The phrase "war is health of the state" is very, very true. A lot of people make a lot of money when it comes to combat. Anyway, my voice is starting to go. I apologize. So let me do this. I'm cut this a little short. Make sure my phone works. I may have to take handwritten notes. Oh my God! For next time, so I can do the names. But check out the books. Do it, you can find Wikipedia as well, and download it's free. Download books too. It's very, very good. Both of them are very, very good books. Not simple reads. Not something you can get through in an afternoon, but they're well worth the money, well worth the time that you invest reading them. If you'd like to follow me on follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. It's Milwaukee Mob 2. It's me on Twitter. And my email. Let's follow me on Twitter. Again, it would be Milwaukee Mob 2. And I would welcome you if you want to go and follow me. So fine. Let me cut this stuff short. And I appreciate you listening. And bye.
The future. The final frontier. It has never been so uncertain as now. AI, VR, haptic wear, nanotechnology, mass destruction with a remote click. Now we are finally seeing the true potential and dangers of an ever-connected and overly policed hyper-technological world. Have we finally become the architect of our own demise? Is there still hope? Welcome to the future. Welcome to Punk Droid.